Iran is now warning the United States that our homes are not safe. They are threatening strikes far beyond the Middle East, right to America's doorsteps.
Iran is now directly threatening U.S. homes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Coming out today, March 3rd, 2026. Iranian Quds Forces warns the enemy will no longer be safe anywhere, not even in their own homes. And this is just the headline, but just to clarify, they're speaking directly of the United States, American citizens in their own houses. Trump, Iranians want to talk. This coming out today, March 3rd. I said it's too late. Donald Trump saying there will be no negotiations. We're going to move forward with war. He said this might take 4 or 5 weeks, but we are going to annihilate the IRGC. Couple of days we've been receiving the warnings from the FBI, from Governor Greg Abbott, from Ted Cruz, from a variety of different people. You can see here warnings of Iranian sleeper cells. This must be taken seriously at this time, as we're hearing that there is the threat of lone wolf actors and sleeper cell activations as a result of the war and the conflict taking place in the Middle East.
This isn't fear-mongering, it is a message, and America better start paying attention.
You know, the annoying part of every single thing that is literally happening right now with the Israel-US-Iran war is the fact that this orange man literally do not care about anybody. He literally do not care about what happens, despite him seeing that a lot of lives are going to be at stakes. For crying out loud, Americans has a lot of things that they were literally supposed to be thinking about or fixing. But this man has literally dragged Americans into this particular issue that they know nothing about. So even when the Iranians were sending warnings and saying that we are also going to launch attack in your own home, he cares less. The only thing he cares about right now is how he can literally be able to satisfy the BBBBB. That's just the honest truth. If not, one's father goes to sleep when his house is on fire. One's father goes to sleep when he have a problem to solve. And to now add it up that he has this I don't care attitude of whatsoever that is going to happen should happen. One thing I am sure of is that I must win this battle. Is crazy. We slept on the 27th. We slept, there was no issues. On the 28th of February, that is the annoying, stupid part. On the 28th of February, when we were still celebrating the Black History Month, we woke up with, we have war. And with nothing, you are literally joining forces with another country. You never initiated it. You never started it. You only bargain for what you think will be profitable for yourself alone. For what you think that the only people that can actually go fight this are people that are in the military. Your own children are sleeping in the house. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And for disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes only. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely the best. Let's go ahead. Let's roll out the clips. I'll be back with commentaries.
Coming out in the last 24 hours, we are hearing that Iran is now directly threatening U.S. homes. Iranian Quds Forces warns the enemy will no longer be safe anywhere, not even in their own homes. And this is just the headline, but just to clarify, they're speaking directly of the United States, American citizens in their own houses. Now, the IDF Israel this morning flattens the building where Iran's assembly of experts was picking Khamenei's successor. We're hearing that the remaining leaders of the IRGC were assembling today to determine the successor of Khamenei, and Israel destroyed the building they were going to meet in before they were able to get together. We're hearing that they are just decimating Iran. And in addition to that, as we mentioned, the concerns about Iran hitting the U.S. households. You can see here warnings of Iranian sleeper cells. This must be taken seriously at this time, as we're hearing that there is the threat of lone wolf actors and sleeper cell activations as a result of the war and the conflict taking place in the Middle East.
Major Iran news this morning, according to the Daily Mail, the White House is actively blocking an intelligence report warning of rising U.S. homeland terror threats linked to the war in Iran. According to the report, the FBI, Homeland Security, and National Counterterrorism Center were preparing to put out a joint intelligence statement to state and local authorities warning them of heightened threat due to the war in Iran. Top Trump officials, however, put a hold on that 5-page bulletin, and the White House did not deny blocking the terror bulletin in a statement to the Daily Mail. The official title of the bulletin was, quote, "A Public Safety Awareness Report, Elevated Threat in the United States During U.S.-Iran Conflict." Now, meanwhile, a classified report by the National Intelligence Council, according to the Washington Post, representing the collective wisdom of America's 18 intelligence agencies, says that even a large-scale assault on Iran would not be able to oust its military and cleric establishment. So as Donald Trump prepares to put boots on the ground, potentially in the near future, it doesn't appear that it would even work if he did. So we'll see what happens. Spread the...
Donald Trump was just asked if Americans should fear a possible retaliatory attack in the United States from Iran, and he said, "I guess." Yeah, a very inspiring answer that makes me fully confident that he knows what he's doing. So Trump was asked about this by Time magazine, and he acknowledges the possibility by saying, "I guess," but I think they're worried about that all the time. We think about it all the time. We plan for it. But yeah, we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die. When you go to war, some people will die. This is him being asked about civilians in the United States. He's like, well, yeah, I guess. Normal presidents would reassure the American people, say, no, you have nothing to fear. We have everything under control. We're keeping a watch out all the time. Instead, Donald Trump, who has absolutely no idea what's happening in the world around him, just goes, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess. This war is going to continue. It's not getting any better. Matter of fact, it's getting worse. It's probably going to stretch for an even longer period of time than anybody anticipates. But remember, regarding here in the United States, if you see something, say something. As always, that's a standard rule. But there you go. Donald Trump.
Iran threatens to capture filthy yellow dog Trump and kidnap mission. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, I please ask that you allow them to come get Trump, Lord, and take him away forever and ever, never to be found again. In Jesus' name, amen.
I never thought I would laugh while reading an article about another country sending missiles at us, but Iran just said that it's sending hypersonic missiles at the American pedophile regime. It's not at war with the American citizens, it's at war with the Epstein class.
Big news out of Iran. Iranian leaders are now openly threatening Donald Trump's life. Iran National Security Council official Ali Larijani said, quote, "We won't let Trump off the hook. He must pay the price. He has marred our leader and our people. This is not a simple matter. We will not let it go until we retaliate in kind." Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister just issued a scathing response to Donald Trump after Trump posted a message earlier today claiming that Iran had already apologized and effectively surrendered in the region. In the statement, Iran's foreign minister says that their president had signaled openness to de-escalation, provided that neighboring countries did not allow their airspace, territory, or waters to be used to attack the Iranian people. But now the foreign minister says that that opportunity was almost immediately. Trump's comments claiming that this amounted to surrender and calling Iran the, quote, losers of the Middle East. The statement says that if Trump is seeking escalation, that is, quote, precisely what our armed forces have long been prepared for and what he will get. Trump's message this morning not only mocked Iran for saying they wouldn't fire on neighbors who didn't allow their countries to be used as bases to attack them, but it also says that Iran was, quote, being beat to hell and warned that additional targets were now under consideration for attack. Iran's foreign minister slammed Trump's war as a, quote, misadventure that will ultimately cost the United States billions of dollars and more lives while escalating tensions across the region. The foreign minister said the following, quote, "The American people voted to end involvement in costly quagmires in the Middle East. Instead, they have ended up with an administration that Netanyahu, after decades of failed attempts, finally managed to dupe into fighting Israel's wars. This is a war of choice pursued by a small cabal of Israel firsters, and Israel first always means America last." In a major escalation, Israel is now attacking oil refineries in Iran, and Iran now says that they are targeting Israel's refinery and infrastructure. It's clear at this moment that this war is only getting started. Stay safe, Spread the word and follow along.
Some European countries are providing logistical help to the United States. Does this make them legitimate targets of your military actions?
We have already informed the Europeans and everybody else that they should be careful not to be involved in this war of aggression against Iran. If they helped, I'm not trying to name any country, but if any country joins in the aggression against Iran, join America and Israel in the aggression against Iran, definitely they will be also legitimate targets for Iran retaliation.
In an interview with ABC News' Jonathan Carroll, Trump was asked whether Americans should worry about retaliatory attacks inside the United States after the recent military escalation with Iran, right? And his response, Trump's response was, when you go to war, some people will die. Some people will die. That answer would have been alarming under any circumstances, in my opinion. But it lands very differently when you consider what's been happening inside the U.S. security apparatus. Over the past month, there have been major concerns about disruptions within the institutions responsible for monitoring domestic threats, including FBI personnel firings and reassignments, counter-terror resources being shifted away from their original focus, in political pressure inside intelligence agencies, investigative resources redirected to political priorities, right? These are the same institutions that track foreign retaliation and domestic terror threats. So when Americans hear their presidents say retaliation is possible at home and casually, some people will die, the obvious question becomes, who is actually preventing that? Is anyone? Leadership during moments of escalation usually means reassuring the public and showing control of the security apparatus. Instead, Americans were given a reminder that war has consequences, including potentially here inside the U.S.
Americans are not hearing anything. And the news that we are getting about what's going on in the Middle East, 90% of it are lies. We know we're being lied to. We know. They've had this app down, barely working for us for days. You think we believe that only 6 service members have passed away in the past week? We're not stupid. But there's not much we can do. I cannot explain to you how much we are currently being isolated from reality. If most of you were to be in the United States today, and you were to take a look at our media environment and what they are blasting out to us, you'd be so confused. It's like we're in another dimension. And again, we know we're being lied to by all of the media right now. It's not just Fox. It's literally all of those fuckers. I'm not sure what to do about it. We can look at alternative news sources from around the world, but that only gets us so far. I just need the world to understand that Americans are in an information silo at this very moment, and we know we're being lied to. We know.
All right. So Donald Trump's punk ass issued a warning saying that if anything happened to him, if Iran did anything to him, that he would wipe Iran off the face of the planet. He would wipe them off the map. Trying to deflect to make himself feel better, like people actually give a fuck him. Like the whole world isn't waiting for this motherfucker to either drop dead or be taken out. Like the whole world isn't rooting for Iran to do to his punk ass what he did to Maduro and what he did to the Ayatollah. Okay, let me tell you what's going to happen, Trump, if Iran does what they want to do to your mothers, okay? They won't be wiped off the face of the planet. I got 4 words for you, Trump. Worldwide celebration. Worldwide celebration. That's what the fuck happened on the day that your motherfucker is not breathing, on the day that you turned up stinking, motherfucker, okay? Worldwide celebration. Karma. Eye for an eye. Okay? Hammurabi's law. That's the Middle Eastern. It's biblical, motherfucker. F you. If they do something to me, I'll wipe them off the face of... No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Nobody's backing you in this. You already called for a fucking ceasefire. Okay? And Iran told you to go so daddy's mother... They said eat a... Okay? Ceasefire. There's no ceasefire. As a matter of fact, Iran said not only are we not going to do a ceasefire, but we're not going to cease looking at all the naked pictures and the graphic videos of your wife, motherfucker. Okay? So few. If they do something to him, can't wait till something happens.
There are multiple American citizens that's stuck in at least 14 different countries because of this war. And one of the main places is Dubai. It's a woman there that went to celebrate her 30th birthday. She is stranded in Dubai right now with no way to get back. She booked numerous flights. All of these flights have been canceled. Mind you, again, let me say this. She is an American citizen and she is stuck there. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Hey, y'all.
Listen.
As you know, I'm the girl that decided to spend her 30th birthday in Dubai. And I'm coming on here very humbly, asking my president to just seize it. I'm an American taxpaying citizen. And I've now been stuck over here since the 24th. I've been blessed to be able to buy 3 different flights from 3 different airlines, and they've all been canceled. I don't know who this will reach. I don't know if it'll reach anyone, but I am desperate to get home to my family.
And to make matters worse, we already heard the president say that this war might last up to 4 or 5 weeks. And to add more fuel to the fire, they just hit an Iranian warship with a torpedo this morning in the Indian Ocean. That's more escalation to this war. Have you seen the airports in Dubai? Look at these airports. The reality is they might not make it their first priority to get our American citizens home, but they're not safe where they're at right now. I'm out.
Wow! Wow! Did this wow! Wow! Y'all peep this. Wow as fuck! Okay, so you mean to you mean to tell me my ass to sit here and live off of a motherfucking prayer because this motherfucker said in a fucking quote, oh, there could be a retaliation within the United States. Oh, well, it's gonna be okay. Like, what? Excuse me? So hold the phone. So you're not coming up with any kind of solution to protect Americans. You're not coming up with no kind of solution to stop these motherfuckers from biting our mother asses. You just came out and said, and I quote, and remind y'all, this is the person that is running this goddamn mother country. He said, and I quote, oh, well, this is a part of war. So if Americans die by some kind of retaliation by Iran, it just happened. Wow! The person that is running this country said, and I quote, oh, Americans are just gonna have to die. Like, what the fuck? Wow! Is it too late to leave? Is it too late to leave? Because I'm not paying no kind of rent. I'm not paying not a motherfucking thing until I see what the fuck Iran finna fuck you. The fuck, bitch. Oh, the what? Wow! I'm gonna go to the
Pretty ridiculous when he was saying that about American soldiers, because American soldiers are America, right? Like, American soldiers' lives cost just as much as a civilian life. But at least they signed up for that, right? Like, this reporter explicitly said, okay, an attack on American soil, right? The last one was 9/11, right? And he's saying, yeah, that can happen. Some people will pass away. And honestly, it's like, this whole war situation has been depressing me, because I don't really know what I could say to kind of make it clock to people that we're in a lot of danger, right? There have been wars in my lifetime, right? And lots of people lost their life. Like, lots of people have sons that didn't come home because of Iraq and Afghanistan, another war we didn't need to go to. But at least then the government was run by hyper-competent adults that had an evil agenda, but they did at least have the knowledge required to pull off what they wanted to do. Donald Trump is a billionaire, okay? He's gotten everything handed to him on a silver plate. He's been avoiding military service since he was a teenager. He is more than willing to cause mass suffering across the world just to have his own ambitions fulfilled. And he's an 80-year-old man. He knows he's not going to be around to face the consequences of the world he creates. He ran on no more wars, guys. That's what people told me. They were like, Trump is going to save us. Trump is going to stop us from going to another war. And now those same people, like I knew they would, are all for it. They're like, it's not that big of a deal. What's the matter? I'm not going to war. It's them, those soldiers and stuff. And all I'm saying is this. If that's how you feel.
Well, well, well. And welcome to another day in the United States of war, where it has become abundantly clear on this day, dear, that the orange one who sits up there does not have any control over the Middle East. And what little he had in his tiny hand slipped away yesterday when the Iranian president issued an apology to the Middle Eastern countries for their casualties. Trump says he'll hit Iran harder as the Iranian president apologizes to neighbors. Yeah, him and Netanyahu didn't plan for that, did they? They didn't plan for the Iranian president to apologize to their neighbors for the casualties that were unintended. They didn't expect that to happen. And damn sure what they didn't expect to happen is other Middle Eastern countries to open their eyes to see that they were being played by the pedo-in-chief. No, he didn't. So now the rabid dog that he be's backed in a corner and he's threatening to hit Iran harder. What does that look like today? Because according to Petey Kegsbreath, we've been lighting them up over there. So what exactly does harder mean? You gonna hit them harder than you hit the 13-year-old little girl that you was forcing to service you? You gonna punch Iran in the face, or you gonna drop some nukes? Well, what the fuck do you mean today? He's freaking out. He's freaking out. And this is the two reasons I know he's freaking out today. Firstly, I know he's freaking out today because of this. UAE tycoon to Trump, who gave you the authority to start a war? Yes. You see, people in the Middle East are waking up today and finding out that there was a false flag play. That some of the boom booms that were sprayed in, neighboring countries that were blamed on Iran the other day, turns out they came from Israel. And it was a false flag play. They're also waking up today to find out that the tap on the school in Iran was done by the American government, hun, and then a second strike was issued. It was a double tap play, meaning it wasn't an accident. They knew exactly what the target is, friend, and Petey Kegsbreath, we know he loves his double tap plays. You can't leave any survivors, baby. So he struck the school twice. Yeah, Middle Eastern countries are waking up to the news today that they've been fucking lied to and played. They're waking up to learning that Petey Kegsbreath is just like Netanyahu and believes that all Muslims should be wiped from the face of the earth, boo. This sentiment is what is being felt all across Middle Eastern countries today, not just from this top businessman and billionaire in the UAE, but this is how they are all waking up to feel today from Qatar, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, name a Middle Eastern country besides Israel, honey, and this is how they feel. Who gave you the authority to drag our region into a war with Iran? And on what basis did you make this dangerous decision? Did you calculate the collateral damage before pulling the trigger? And did you consider that the first to suffer from this escalation would be the countries of the region itself? Yeah. The orange man didn't think that was going to happen. They thought the amount of propaganda that they were shoving down the American people's face, the Israeli people's face in the Middle East today was going to work. And that all of those Muslim countries in the Middle East were going to point their weapons at Iran with Orange Daddy. But they got to watch him get on TV one day after another this past week and just brush off American casualties. So that answers that question, doesn't it, baby? No, he did not consider, nor did he give a fuck. As a matter of fact, baby, Petey Kegsbreath intentionally knew that more Muslims were going to die, and they could be your children too, even though you're not Iranian today. That was the play. Hence, the double tap on that elementary school and all of that. Second reason I know he's in over his head today, because he's on his way via Oral Force One to Brokeback Mar-a-Lago, hun. It's the weekend again, so he's throwing another event for some of his friends. Yeah, there's a trend with Daddy Dumpy Pants. When shit gets real hot and he don't know what to do, he goes back home. He scurries and cowers like a cockroach, boo. He don't want to be at the Capitol this weekend, you see, because, well, people might take to the streets. It's not a good look, and he cannot stand it, baby. So he's going to go back home to Brokeback Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, lock up your daughters, honey, because he's inviting some of his pedo friends, too, from South American countries. He's holding a party for alt-right South American leaders. You know, the ones that he opens up our coffers for, hun? Like Dudu Netanyahu's cousin who runs Argentina, boo, who got $40 billion of our money while we couldn't afford to buy food. Yeah, he's going to party again. He's going to surround himself with sycophants and friends so that he can convince his weak, feeble mind that he's the man. And he's got it under control today. It's all in his tiny hand. He sits up there and says, Americans will die. That's just to be expected. No big deal. He's going to go party in his gilded room like billionaires do. But people in the EAU and Qatar and Saudi Arabia and all surrounding Middle Eastern countries, they're done with him. The tide, the wind, whatever you want to call it today, just turned away from that fatback, that pedo, in his war play.
Iran warns U.S. will no longer be safe. Now, Iran, chill with that. Because I ain't the only ones that got switches and button ears. Me, bro, and bro, we shoot like you musketeers. Hey, I gotta chill, relax, get into negotiations, cause we really don't like us, the citizens, not really on that, but we could get on that. You know what I'm saying? And if I call bro got the switches, he gotta come through Fiji. I'm telling y'all to just chill. I'm not even trying to get on there. Like, I'm not trying to get back on 2016 time, and I'm trying to chill. Because if I get the button, first nigga move, fla. Chill, but we not even on that, bro. Like, word. The war's between you and him, not us.
Says the U.S. will no longer be safe. What you mean by that? Because whoever this man is, he's speaking for all Democrats. He's sick of Donald Trump, okay? I've been watching CNN all day. He's sick of Donald Trump. No, seriously, he's sick. And then what you... Officials from the Pentagon has announced and confirmed that the United States military has sunken 11 Iran military ships at the Gulf of Oman. They started with 11 and now they have 0. Y'all going and fuck with the church's money. This is too much for me.
Then y'all on Instagram playing. Talk about before I pay my rent, I need to know what Iran. And then y'all say, why the fuck y'all keep saying we Iran? We bombed Iran. I'm at home. Cause y'all play too much. A firework just went off, Lord, I thought Iran. Y'all play too much. Talking about Trump made a wise decision to attack. No, Trump did what the fuck Trump wanted to do. We didn't tell him to go do it like that. Meanwhile, Kamala said she ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck doing, and she told y'all not to vote for him. She told y'all not to vote for him. And what the fuck y'all do? I'll wait. Y'all put the orange motherfucker in office. Now we at war.
So you mean to tell me some people being unalived on U.S. soil is going to make America great again? You mean to tell me that some of y'all got in that booth and voted for this, knowing that this man is unhinged and 81 years old? Y'all don't understand. He doesn't give a damn about what happens years to come. Why? Why would he? He's 81. But y'all really got in that booth and voted against your own best interest. Some of y'all make 75 to 100 at best, being taxed out the kazoo, trying to accumulate all the write-offs you can, not even working within your own proper social class, right? And knowing that some of them are far out there and look down on you just voted with because you feel that this is where you belong. And let me tell you something. Most of the time, they're not serving you. They're serving the people that make $250,000 or better. Sorry to break it to you, but hey, you get to wear a red t-shirt and a red hat and make yourself feel great.
So my sister and I are American citizens that currently live in Dubai. We've been living in Dubai I've been here for over 9 years. Never have we experienced anything like this. We have now been under siege. It's like crazy to even say this, for the last 4 days. And as U.S. citizens who are registered with this like emergency contact travel notification system, have not received not a peep, not nan, not nothing from the U.S. government. Last night in the middle of the night, I woke up for Sahur, I'm fasting for Ramadan, and I see all of these posts online urging all Americans to evacuate the Middle East immediately, to evacuate all of these countries. We have now called the emergency numbers on said post. The first number we call, we can't get through because we're calling from an international phone number. Second number we call, we wait for 12 minutes. We finally get through to someone. First they asked, "Are you in Israel?" "No, ma'am." Then they ask, "Where are you currently?" We say United Arab Emirates. They say, "Okay, you need to now call the United States Embassy." We said, "Okay, well then why did the United States government put this emergency contact number on this post?" "We have no more information. Please call the embassy." Here's what they say.
"If you are calling about the crisis in the Middle East, please do not rely on the U.S. government for assisted departure or evacuation at this time. There are currently no United States evacuation points. Please continue to check the embassy's website for updated information. In the event of ongoing military action, Americans should shelter in place until it is safe to move about freely. Please enroll in the Smart Travelers Enrollment Program. It makes it easier to reach you."
Okay, fuck off. Basically, they're urging us to leave. The airspace is closed. They are giving us no support to actually leave. Yeah, I really fucking wonder if we were in Tel Aviv, what would they have done? Marco fucking Rubio, I've just been advised that I can't threaten American politicians.
It hung up after I've been on hold for 20 minutes.
Honestly, guys, this is fucked. But I will say, as an American citizen who is living in the UAE and who has lived in the UAE for a long time, this government has been more communicative, more supportive of their citizens and their residents than the United States government has ever been, I'm actually in shock. So, like, pray for us. Thanks.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And the only thing I have to say right now is I'm sending my prayers, love, and support to every Black Americans that didn't really vote for this, that did not bargain for this, because we have seen it on different occasions. I've seen it on different occasions that you see these people call the government, they literally do not care about anybody. They only care about themselves. They only care about things that can reach their pockets. They only care about things that they feel it is okay on their own end. So whichsoever person that is getting unalived on the process of this, on the process of anything, is actually not their business. It's not their business. It's not their business. And I just hope a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans and people that did not vote for this, stay safe, because it is crystal clear that these people never care and they will never care about the citizens of the country. They will not. No matter how hard we try to sugarcoat it, no matter how hard we try to make it look real, they will not care. Okay? They will not care. The only things they are literally doing right now, the only thing the Israelis are doing right now is he wants to bring in African countries into this thing that he's doing. I saw a news flying where he was literally, they were literally talking to Ghana, and they were saying, oh, Ghanaians should come join the battle. They've seen Ghanaians as one of the most popular, blah, 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 recently. Despite the fact that a lot of Ghanaians are rejecting the offers. Despite the fact that a lot of Ghanaians are saying, we are not going. It's just a whole lot when it comes to dealing with this government. And especially a lot of these MAGA supporters, they have literally made it look like Iranians are the ones that never wanted peace. They have made it look like what's happening to my throat? They have made it look like Iranians are the ones that started everything. Iranians are the ones that are doing this. Iranians are the ones that are doing that. While if you check in real senses, if you check how every single thing started, you will know that this Israel are the ones that dragged the orange man, because the orange man automatically do not have decision on his own. Because if it is someone that have decision on his own, we've seen countries rejected a handshake of war. We've seen what war has literally created. Taking people's life, destroying properties, reshaping the economy, destroying infrastructures, and so on and so forth. So it wouldn't have even been a thing to think about. You know? A lot of people have literally been dealing with this Russia and Ukraine war. Where even as it stands now, Kenyans are crying, they are pleading, they are wailing, they are mourning for the Kenya government to bring back their men, because their men were deceived, and they said they are looking for men that will actually be drivers, that will actually be this in other countries, not knowing that they were going to deploy them immediately into the Russian-Ukraine war. So it's simple, and that's one thing I've come to realize. that the only person that can protect us right now is God. The only person that can see us through right now is God. The orange man don't give a damn what happens to anybody. In as much or as far as he is safe, as far as he is breathing, as far as he is walking with his two legs, he don't care. He don't care. A lot of people say, oh, Iranians are so happy what the orange man is doing. Iranians are so proud. Iranians are even doing his dance. How many Iranians are doing that? And to not crown it with the fact that every single thing that is even happening, the main underground thing that is happening, the medias are not putting it out for us to see clear. You can see in the clip that I roll out. So if we have 500 military soldiers that we unalive, they will literally come and tell us 5 people. If we are going to this direction and we are seeing it crystal clear, they will literally come back and give us another illustration that is not even meant to be, that is not even supposed to be. To those ones that voted for this, congratulations. I see a particular video of one guy saying, oh, if you like, you vote for this, of and one American guy, white American guy saying, if you like, you vote for this, if you like, do not vote for this, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, the war must continue, whether you like it or not. And that Americans should stop putting blames on people that actually voted for this. That it is what it is. And I'm not surprised, because even the orange man has said it on different occasions, that it is what it is. We have fallen heroes, more are still going to fall. Right? It is what it is. When it comes to a thing of war, definitely we must have both parties losing. It is what it is. But now check who is losing more. There are a lot of Americans that have been stuck. They have literally been stuck in another man's country just because they can't come back. Especially those ones in Dubai that I even rolled out in this clip that you guys literally saw. Because they can't come back. A woman went to celebrate her birthday, her 30th birthday, and she is still there till now. She can't book a flight, nothing. And when you say that, and when people are bringing that out on media, you see some of this media also trying to say, no, it's not like people cannot book. It's just because they're trying to pass a narrative that suits what they are doing. They're trying to pass a narrative that we clearly know and we clearly see that this is actually what it is. They're trying to change the narrative. We have Epstein files to talk about. Very important to talk about. But because this orange man knew the people that are involved and he knew what was coming for him, that is how he have to shy away for it and use this WAR to cover up, to make it look like the country is busy fighting. So what are we going to talk about? If we have anything to talk about, we have to wait till when the battle is over. The battle we never bargained for. The battle we never created. The battle we never asked for. The battle we slept and wake up. And boom, you initiated it. I just feel for American citizens that did not actually ask for this anyways. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in this episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And thank you so much for staying stick and hook with me to the end of this video. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I am going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For disclaimers, this is just for educational purpose, not to come here ruffle on anyone's shoulder or make anyone feel uncomfortable. Bye for now, and I love you guys. Mwah.